Nice win tonight, Coach. You boys created some really nice opportunities that didn't score, but they were great setups.
Yeah, I think we've played better than lost games, if I'm honest. I thought the first half was bang average, and I told the players that. I know we've hit the bar a couple of times. One was from a set piece, one was from a deflected shot, but I just didn't think we played with enough intensity in the first half, and that was the message at half time. And I thought the second half, we went and pressed at a better intensity, won the ball back, and created some really good opportunities and could have scored more.
Okay. And the momentum from this going into Leagues Cup, you said before, that's a tournament you're going to play to win, to move on in that. With this, what's the situation with Bill?
I don't know. I mean, it looked like a full body cramp. Yeah. So I'm not too sure. I'll get told by the medical guys. But hopefully it's just cramp and not a hamstring injury. Where it looked like they were stretching him. So when they're lifting your leg to stretch you like that, if you've got a hamstring injury, I'd be surprised if there's anything more.
Mm-hmm. And now the momentum going into this tournament. Yeah,
and that's what we wanted. We knew this was going to be a big five game stretch. 4 wins on the spin, unbeaten in 5, and now we've got League MX teams coming here as well. So we've made this place a really tough place to come. As poor as we was first half, we still made it difficult for Toronto to score. I thought we defended our box really well. I thought Adil was excellent tonight as well. Addy and Tim have been really solid, and I thought they played well tonight.
And your wine merchant is waiting for a call?
Yeah, he's saved me a few quid over the last month or 2. Oh yeah, you don't use quid, sorry. Saved me a few dollars. Yeah, but the pound's in a good place at the moment, so I'll convert some of that. But yeah, it's nice to get a clean sheet at home again.
Carol.
Cheers.
Hey.
Hi, Carol.
It looked like either you were hot or upset, or you were the first one to realize how important the game was in the first half. Just watching it.
Yeah, I was frustrated because it didn't look like us at times. I just felt we were a little bit too one-paced. They've changed a little bit, and I said that in the press conference. They're tough to play against, and San Diego, top of the West, found that out. Last week when they got beat, and they made it tough for us, but we made it tough for ourselves by not pressing with any intensity. And yeah, you probably saw the frustration. I was hot as well.
Maybe some livelier runs in the second half too.
Yeah, there was a lot more intensity about us, and a lot more changes of pace, and that was the big thing for me. If we're going to go and press, go and accelerate. Otherwise, don't go. And if we're going to make a deep run, go and accelerate. And I thought we got a reaction from the players, and that was important today.
Tokiri's just showing what he's capable of. Again and again.
Yeah, really good ball in and a really good header. His runs that he makes are really good as well. He creates problems. I think it was him who hit the bar as well first off, was it? He's had a couple of chances as well. Pep's had a couple of chances. So in the second half, we looked like ourselves again, and Tokiri's a big part of that at the moment. Thank you.
Did the bobblehead have any extra motivation for Vargas today as well?
I've actually not seen the bobblehead yet. I've just seen him with a Vargas t-shirt on. I don't know where he's pulled that from. Yeah, listen, first thing he said to me when he came off, he said, "I kept it low." I said, "Thank you," because that's what I've been telling him to do. Keep it low, you got a chance that it goes in. If you're not hitting the target, then it's not going in. So good find and a good pass from Wilf, and a really good finish from him as well. And as I said, it's great having the competition at the moment between him and Lial and Wilf and Pep, and that's good for us.
Nice. I wanted to ask you more about that partnership, Ring and Mamanda. What are maybe some of the differences you noticed with them versus Privet?
Privs has been magnificent for us since I came here, but all young players, despite the fact that he's probably played 40 or 50 games, will have a little bit of a dip. I felt that he had, and we spoke about it, but he was also playing for an injury as well. Tim's come back from international duty and he's come in and done really well, and I think the balance, having a left footer to play that ball out to Jack helps us a little bit, or even missing one out and going straight to Wilf. And that's been probably important as well. But Privs also knows how important he is.
Alright, so this is the first time in history Charlotte won 4 in a row in the last year. Any thoughts on that?
We're 4 years in, 3.5 years in. So I said right from the start there'll be lots of little different moments where we can make history for the club, and our job is to leave the shirt in a better place. That'll be our legacy, to leave it in a better place when we go, and push future teams to higher levels. So pleased that we've won 4. Still doesn't take away the pain from May. It's good that we've put ourselves in the chase again.
And what are maybe the things that you've noticed in this 5-game stretch of positive run that you want to continue to see in the Leagues Cup?
Yeah, I think you look back at that Orlando game. It was a bit of a nervy game when we went 2-0 up, and we allowed them to get back into it. Hadn't got over the line too many times in the previous 5 or 6 games, so it was important that we didn't get beat in that game. And then from there, I think the lads have showed a lot of really good mentality. They've looked strong, they've looked composed on the ball when they've needed to, but they've showed the extra quality that's needed in the final third. So using that momentum now into the Leagues Cup is going to be really important for us as well. Cheers.
Go, Nick.
What do you think your club needs to do to kind of take it to that next level based on the way they're playing now? What is that missing component that they need to kind of work towards?
I still think we were guilty of turning the ball over too much, improving our quality on the ball at times, and that's not just the player with the ball, it's the movement as well. I knew going into this game today that a lot of man-to-man stuff, and you've got to attach yourself to one of their players to drag him, and then somebody uses the space. So just recognising that, getting better with the ball. We know we can be good without the ball. We wasn't tonight in the first half, but we know how good we can be at that. But just improving that, because with the players we've got now in the front 4, we can go and cause problems to opposition.
And does Leagues Cup promise to have more players play, or are you going to continue with the same thing?
Our players have to earn the right to play, so we'll ice them down and we'll rub them down and see how they are on Monday. And then we'll pick a team that we think is going to go and compete really well against Suarez on Thursday. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma.
Thanks.
It is pronounced Thursday.
Emma.
That's Weathers.
Yeah, Emma.
Right, sorry. Just being on this 4-game winning streak, have you noticed any shifts, feeling-wise, confidence-wise, in the locker room and on the team? And so what those shifts been?
I think it's natural when you win games that the players become a little bit chirpier. You can see, there's more smiling faces. My owner smiles at me a lot more, and my general manager smiles at me a lot more. And that's what comes. It's a results-based industry at times. So I think winning football games helps build confidence levels, and you can feel. My job is to not get too high and not get too low, and the players, can, as long as they're not complacent.
Mike.
Being with the back end and the work that they have done, it didn't seem like Cali was overly tapped tonight. That's got to make you feel good the way that the defending is continuing to keep it on the field.
Yeah, defensively I thought we were good at times. There was a couple that flashed across the goal that could have troubled us. But no, on the whole, balls into the box, I thought we defended well. Cali came and claimed a number of crosses for us as well, and we defended the box really well, and that's important for us as we go forward.
Everybody knew that Wil was marquee caliber, but you see him every day in training and game day. Is he perhaps one of the more underappreciated players in this league, with the way that he may not factor into the score sheet, but he is creating opportunities?
He's a talented player. He understands the game. He knows the game. You see the pass and how he laid it on for Kerwin, the little lobbed ball over the top for Idan as well. He's working hard for the team as well. So we see that every day in training. He's got a really good work ethic. He can get frustrated at times, but as Carol said, so can I. So the main thing is he's become a really good team player for us.
Underrated, not within your circles, across the league.
Yeah, no, he never got into the All-Star game. I'm probably happy he didn't, because that was 3 days before the game. So, yeah, we're happy to have him here.
All right, last two, Sam and Bridget.
Coach, it seems like the team has really been coming out of the tunnel strong in the second half for the past couple of games. Do you think that there's anything to that?
No, I thought first off we were okay against Atlanta. I didn't think there was too much in the game, as I said last week. Today they needed a bit of my tongue. I didn't think we were good enough first half, and I asked them a question at half time, and to be fair, they've responded. So yeah, the games that we've played, and sometimes it's your job to tire the opposition out and then create the spaces that will our quality players could go and score goals from.
To piggyback off of Mike's question, it seems like MLS is really stepping up its game in this transfer window. You have Thomas Mueller, rumored, son from Spurs possibly, lots of really strong European talent coming over. Is Charlotte looking to match that before you go into Leagues Cup or during the Leagues Cup?
We're looking in the market. We want to bring some players in, and we're working really hard to do that.
And do you see Leagues Cup as a distraction, or is it a way for you to capitalize on your form, with obviously the ultimate goal being getting to the playoffs and winning a trophy? No,
I mean, we've got 3 home games, and when you play here, we have to get up for it for our supporters. It's our duty to do that. I enjoyed the game last year against Cruz Azul. I thought they were a really good team. So it's going to be interesting, these next 3 games all being here to challenge ourselves. So it's a competition that, I've been on a course on the format. So I think you've got to finish in the top 4. As an MLS top 4, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we've got to be finishing in the top 4 to get to the quarterfinals. So, you pretty much, if you lose a game, it's, not good. I think 7 points or 9 points is going to have to get you in.
Cheers, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, last one, Bridget.
Hi, Coach. Povich got his first minutes since the Open Cup. What were your thoughts behind that?
He's trained well. The message I gave to him, he came to see me not long ago, wanting to know what he could do better, and he's upped his tempo in training, and I've liked what I've seen in training, and you do that, you can get the opportunity to come on the pitch.
And then Westwood seemed to be getting a little frustrated out there. Do you ever think about bringing Westwood off after he gets his first yellow?
Yeah, I thought about it today, but I thought, no, he's going to get a rest against Cincinnati now in a few weeks, so he's got to suffer it out there.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.